Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Friday, March the 14th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is expected to resume its sell-off with ASX futures down more than 0.1%. Global equity markets have again come under selling pressure as the trade war escalates. Bond yields fell and gold climbed to a new record on fears of slower economic growth. On Wall Street, the S&P500 officially fell into correction, having lost more than 10% from its February 19th record closing high. A broad sell-off sent all three major indices tumbling, with losses among the tech-related megacaps dragging the Nasdaq down most. The dominance of the Mag 7 continues to weigh on the broader market. Adobe dropped after the software company forecast quarterly revenue in line with estimates. Intel jumped after the chipmaker appointed industry veteran Lip-Bu Tan as its chief executive officer. Discount retailer Dollar General reported disappointing same-store sales, but provided upbeat quarterly results, sending its shares higher. Shares of vaccine makers Moderna, Novavax and Pfizer gained as the White House withdrew its nomination of vaccine critic Dave Weldon to serve as the director of the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And shares of the gold miners rose, tracking the price of bullion as it lifted to a new record. Well, US producer prices were unexpectedly unchanged in February, surprising to the downside, while the annual rate sat at 3.2% year on year. The previous month's reading was uply revised to 0.6% to be 3.7% year on year. However, economists expect the slew of tariffs by the Trump administration, which has sent consumer inflation expectations soaring, to begin showing in the data in the months ahead. In the latest development, President Trump has said a long list of tariff threats will be implemented if the EU does not remove US whiskey surcharges. And he's threatened to impose 200% tariffs on alcohol from the EU. Well, the US two-year Treasury yield fell to 3.93%, while the 10-year fell to 4.26%. And while markets maintain no chance of a rate cut from the Fed at its meeting next week, they're now pricing in a 100% chance of a cut by June. The US dollar index is up marginally on the day. The Aussie has fallen back to 62.8 US cents. And risk-off sentiment has seen Bitcoin fall back to 80,000 US dollars. Commodities are mixed. Oil prices have fallen about 1% on considerations of an economic slowdown, given the global tariff war. Brent futures down at $69 a barrel. Copper's up 1.5% as US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that copper will be added to Trump's trade protections. Iron ore has risen more than 1.5%, and gold has moved to another record high and is within the touching distance of 3,000 US dollars, with momentum driven by elevated tariff uncertainty and bets on monetary policy easing by the US Federal Reserve. Spot gold up more than 1.5% to $2,979 an ounce. No significant local data today. On the corporate front, we get earnings reports from DPLO and Liontown, and Car Group and WiseTech are trading ex-dividend. That's your day ahead. See you again on Monday.